620. Hi, Rudy Carpenter back on Rocket Manooch with Jimmy B. Follow him at Rudy G. Carp 12, the former ASU quarterback, NFL veteran, and now a player rep. Never short on takes, Rudy. So I'm going to start with this. You've worked on both sides as a college quarterback and now an NFL agent. Is the NCAA completely losing control of the NIL landscape? Completely losing it?
Yeah, I think that they've pretty much lost control. Yeah. You know, in really all ways, not just in the NIL, you know, but also with the roster stuff, scholarship stuff. Yeah, I think that I think the NCAA has, yeah, they've lost their way for sure. And I think this House versus NCAA settlement stuff is really, really interesting as well.
If this House versus NCAA, if this back pay ruling hits, do you think we will see some of the non-revenue sports vanish at the Power 5 schools?
I don't know about that. I don't know if they're gonna vanish, you know, but I think they're gonna be hit. But again, there's been all kinds of rumors, you know, like the House NCAA revenue stuff, but then you got, you know, the president talking about an executive order in which, you know, they're going to try to save those sports. I have no idea. Look, I don't really know. I'm not trying to beat around the bush. What's interesting to me is that when I'm talking to all these colleges about doing NIL deals and contracts for these players, they're getting about half of their NIL money from the collective and half from their revenue share. And they've all negotiated deals like that. But when I ask them, hey guys, what happens if the revenue share doesn't come into place by July 1st? Are all of these guys' contracts going to get cut in half? And literally nobody knows. Nobody knows. And the contracts don't reflect it. So to me, there's going to be a real big problem if this House settlement doesn't go through and the revenue share doesn't go through.
You know, I'm really happy you're on the show today, and Rock brought this topic up because I've always wanted to ask you, Rudy, during being a really, really good college QB and then going to the NFL, if you were available for NIL money right now, what would you command?
I mean, I have no idea. I mean, one thing that you can definitely tell is that experience and games played seems to be very valuable to these coaches. You know, people can talk about whatever they think about me as a player, which is fine. I had pretty much a 3-to-1 touchdown interception ratio, and I started a ton of games. And so I think that would have been very valuable. You're talking about a guy like, you know, Quinn Ewers, saying they're going to, I mean, or even Carson Beck making $4 million a year. Quinn Ewers, a late 7th round pick, saying he could have made $4 million bucks. I think I probably could have made a lot of money. I would say this: during the time when the quarterback controversy between me and Sam Keller was going on, and I was sitting out, I guess, from the team for a few days, I literally had every coach in America calling my phone, which is totally against the rules.
Wow.
I was like very close to going to Oklahoma.
Wow.
Because that was right when Rhett Bomar had gotten kicked off the team for illegal benefits with the car dealership, etc. So I would have bet that I could have gotten a bunch of money during that time, especially because very little was known about me. You know, I was, 7-1 or 5-1 or whatever as a starter coming off a huge bowl game. So probably could have made a lot of money. Here's what I do know. I got a kid this year who's only started 7 games in his college career. And he just got $500,000 from Stanford to go compete for the job.
Wow.
Jeez. Rudy Carpenter joining us here on ESPN 620. So you rep guys entering the league. What are players saying about NIL guys showing up with more cash than the rookies?
As far as I know, nothing. I mean, from at least my experience, one of the unwritten rules in the NFL, and and the NFL locker room is that guys just, they don't talk about people's contracts. They don't talk about money. They don't talk about people's contracts. They just, they don't count other guys' money. So I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it. I have never heard anybody say anything about it. I have never heard anything from players or anybody about these guys coming in here making extra money or having more money than them. I haven't heard anything about it, to being honest.
Are you familiar with the new American University model that President Crow has, is his vision, something he's putting into?
I am not, no.
So basically what he's doing is something new where the athletics are now aligned with the ASU academic and financial goals. So they're no longer looking at the athletic department being separate than academics. And we're going to dive into this in our 2:00 hour, but it's just something that I think is going to get some waves because it's very unique. It's a different approach. No one's doing it, and it's a new model that he feels is going to really transform college sports. So I'm just anxious if it got to you yet, because it's just came out like on Friday, I think. We'll have to send you the link on it. Rudy Carpenter joining us here on Rock.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. That's okay. Jimmy just fell asleep. I had to wake him up.
No, I thought I was waiting for Rudy to answer. Yeah. Go ahead, Rudy.
No, he didn't. No, go ahead.
Yeah, I just haven't heard much about it. I mean, look, I don't know. I mean, I guess what I'm getting at is, to me, I think that there needs to be, the universities and the teams and everybody working in conjunction with each other. I mean, I guess if I'm being honest with you, it's just kind of crazy they haven't been doing this from the jump. If you know what to make of it, like I said, I haven't seen, much about it. I really just don't know what to make of it. I'm sorry that I can't.
It's pretty fresh, and we're just trying to tackle it a little bit later, just because it is so new.
Hey, I've got a football question for you here. Okay, I'll put you so you can put on your quarterback helmet. So Derek Carr announces his retirement over the weekend due to shoulder injury. He got sacked a lot as a quarterback. His brother David Carr, who at the time out of Fresno State was the number 1 pick in the draft, went to the Houston Texans and got sacked 76 times in one season. That's an NFL record, and he was never the same for about 5 seasons, and then he called it quits. As a quarterback and having pass rushers come at you, how difficult is it to keep a positive frame of mind when you have been sacked so many times?
Yeah, I think it's really difficult to keep a positive frame of mind. But I also think, what it is too with a lot of these guys is it's just really, really, really frustrating when it's just play a season, get surgery, rehab. Play a season, get surgery, rehab. Play a season, get surgery, rehab. And it just feels like it's never ending. And then it just makes the season so long. You don't have any breaks. You don't get time off with your family. You don't get the mental reprieve. It's just constantly playing, surgery, rehab, playing, surgery, rehab. And I just don't think that regular people really understand the toll that it takes on your body to play in the NFL and then have those surgeries, but then also play in the NFL and try to make sure that you're ready to play on any given week.
Rudy, as always, man, thanks for a few minutes today. Have a great week.
Take care.
That's Rudy Carpenter joining us here on the Right Toyota guest line here on ESPN 620. Is brought to you today by All City Towing, the largest towing company in the state and a place where your career can get a serious boost. They're hiring now dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service pros. Enjoy set schedules, top-tier towing equipment, health benefits. They got a 401k with an employer match. How about paid life insurance and even a monthly fuel allowance? Sound good? Take the next step. Visit them online at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is on the move. Well, coming up, a conspiracy that still echoes through the NBA. On this day in 85, the Knicks won the first ever draft lottery, and they landed Patrick Ewing. But was the envelope bent? Was it frozen or just lucky? Plus, the NFL sets the stage for 2025 with the Eagles and Cowboys, and the fireworks are about to hit. It's all next on Rock and Manooch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620 and on FM at 98.7 HD.